Hello and welcome to today's episode. Today we are going to learn how to round decimal numbers to the nearest decimal places. Okay, to the nearest decimal places. In our previous lesson, we learned about the various decimal places. Let's have example. We have 2.845. The last episode we did, we said this column of the decimal number are the decimal places. We said these are the decimal places, while this column is the whole number column. Okay, we call them fractional or the decimal places. In that lesson, we learned that the first digit after the decimal point is the 10th position, the 10th, while the second one is the hundredth, and the third one is the thousand position. And we said it can go on and on, so up to millions, okay, of positions. So when we have this and we want to run it to the nearest decimal places, you will be looking at these very columns, okay, just this column. Okay, so let's look at the very example we have on the board. We have 2.845. If we want to leave our answer or run it to two decimal places, it means we should be looking at this, the first one, the second one. Okay, start counting from the point. This is the first one and the second one. Okay, so two decimal places, it means we'll be working with this. Now, for you to work on this, it depends on the immediate number after that very one you're working on. So in this case, the 5. It depends on the 5, which is the thousands position. And what did we say? We said when this number is 5 and above, you add 1 to this, just like the way we did it when we were running for whole numbers. So this is above 5. What do? You add 1 to this to make it 5. Well, this will become 8.2. So you leave your answer in this form. You don't have to bring the 0 like the way we were solving for whole numbers. So two decimal places, you have 2.85. Don't forget that the decimal places start from the right hand side of the decimal point. Likewise, in some cases, you may not be asked to leave your answer to two decimal places. Instead, they'll say run it off to the hundredth. So it's the same thing. Don't forget that this second one is in the hundredth position. Okay, let's look at another example. Okay, so look at the second example. With the second example, we are having 12.107, and we have to run this number to the to two decimal places. First of all, let's run it to two decimal places. And I said two decimal places is the same as the hundredth position. So you knowing this is key. It is very important because sometimes instead of they ask you to leave your answer to two decimal places or three decimal places or one decimal place, they will mention the positions. Leave it to 10th, run it to 100th, and run it to 1000th, and so on and so forth. And in this case, we are running to two decimal places. Okay, so with this decimal places, we are talking about this column, and this is the first decimal place, and the second decimal place is the 0. So definitely we are working on the 0. Okay, now for us to work on the 0, it is dependent on the number after the 0, that is the 7. Is the 7 bigger or less than 5? If it's up to 5 and above, what we do is that you add 1 to this. But if it is less than 5, what you do is you maintain the number in question, just like the way we did in the whole number section. So therefore, I'll be having my 12 points. I realize that the 7 is bigger than 5, so I'll add 1 to this to make it 1 and 1, and I'll forget the rest. So your answer is 12.11. Running 12.107 to the hundredth, your answer is 12.11. And the same question can be asked as run 12.107 to two decimal places. Do the same thing. Okay.